So I'm running to find light in my house. It is just, I'm at the last bedroom, running up to the window because I don't want to drag my lights out. But I did want to share with you a really cool walk that I had today. And it was out in God's beautiful, beautiful nature. And I'm telling you, I was praying the rosary with my earbuds on, and the weather was fantastic. It just filled me with so much joy, so much appreciation and gratitude. And then I started seeing all of these little animals, little God's creations, hopping across a grasshopper, and then it went on a fence, and I got really close to it. There were crickets and little tiny toads. And I saw some, let's see, in the sky, I saw a big white crane and a hawk and a bunch of birds, of course. And then I just keep walking and I see this caterpillar, squirreling across the path. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, it's kind of late in the year. Boy, I hope you cocoon and turn into a butterfly. And then it got me thinking, well, do all caterpillars turn into butterflies? I don't know. So just is amazing when you allow God to speak to you through nature. And not just talking about caterpillars, but it made me think about how I was a caterpillar. I didn't know myself. I didn't know my identity as a child of God. I didn't have confidence in my faith and know how He wants us to live, right? I was this just caterpillar. I wasn't this beautiful butterfly flying around, sharing God's love with everyone. No, I was just crawling along on the floor, not even knowing the brilliance that God had enlightened me to yet. And then I keep walking and I decide I'm going to go this other route and go by this path by another body of water, if you will. And so I'm walking on the street and the curbs are super high. They're like those big ones. And I walk by a turtle and I think it's a dead turtle. I don't give it much thought. It's all cut up on the shell and there's a bunch of green stuff all over it like grass. And so I take 5 steps and I think, wait a minute. Oh gosh, this thing just got dim on me. I said, wait a minute. That might be alive. So I turned around and I looked down and his little head peeks back into his shell. And I said, oh boy, this little turtle is trying to make it up this curb. There's no way. There's no way. So I picked it up and I took it all the way to the water. And then it made me think about life and how sometimes we can just walk by people. I mean, let's think about what COVID has done. Are you realizing, whether you're wearing a mask or not, how we just walk right by people? Just like I did with that turtle who needed my help. I think. I don't know. He didn't look like he was having it didn't look like he was having much fun. But you got to be thinking about, do we walk by, or at least that's what God put in my heart. How many people am I walking by? How many people can I help in life that are beaten up and cast aside? I just think it's wonderful when God takes something like a turtle and an experience like that, and He makes us check ourselves. Are we loving our neighbors? I'll be honest with you, a couple months ago, I was like, I should get to a soup kitchen or something. Like, I have time on my hands. I could do this. I could care for these people who are marginalized, like that turtle, and it felt wonderful. But not to do it because it feels wonderful, but to do it because it's the right thing to do, to love. And to love like God loves us, and to remember that we too can look at a turtle all scraped up and green and thinking it's dead, or look at this slimy little caterpillar, but it will turn into a big turtle, I hope and pray, and that butterfly will be gorgeous. And that's who we are, and all of the people that we walk around all day. So let's make that little caterpillar and that turtle feel like a butterfly all the time. Let's respect one another, love one another where they're at, without judgment, because God's going to look at us and say, did you love me like I loved you? I don't know, did I? We have to do it with Him. All right, everyone, had to share that. I love you all. I love it when God speaks to me. Go for a walk, look at His creation, and allow Him to take you down a little journey in your mind. That's what imagination is for. That's what He does, to show us how He is near at all times. All righty. I love you all. Have a blessed and inspired day.